Hey, welcome, pen pals. This is Tom with Goldspot Pens. Today is June 13th, 2018. Lucky June 13th. Why? Because you're spending time with me here on the YouTube channel. And what are we going to be talking about today? It's going to be a special pen drop, a brand new pen that has come to the Goldspot website. Actually, it's one that you might have heard of in the last couple of days if you were on our email newsletter list or follow us on social media. You might have heard about this pen. You might even have it on pre-order right now. So dropping some little hints here, but as the preview image of this video actually may show you, it may give you away one of the hints here. But I am your host for this little live spiel here, and we are in the lovely office of Goldspot Pens. We're in Josh's area here, a little photography studio, and you're seeing the glorious ceiling up above here, and we're here in the biggest little suburb known as Aberdeen, New Jersey, not Aberdeen, Scotland, Aberdeen, New Jersey. So, you know, if you join us here, chat it up in the chat, live chat. If you're here while you're live, you could chat. If you're not, then you could just like leave a comment and we'll still talk to you. You know, we won't ignore you. We'll talk to you and hang out. But we're dropping our latest and greatest retro 51 tornado or tornado, and this is the Paris pen. This is the only one that is currently, I guess, like in of existence at the moment, since the rest of them are on their way from Richardson, Texas, over to Aberdeen, New Jersey, and should probably be a little bit of time before they get here. Probably within like a week, I would say, before we are able to get everybody's order and process it and everything. So, just reading over my notes, which is why I might be looking a little bit further away. So the edition is 537 pieces, of which already we have blown through roughly about half of that in the last day. So if you've heard about this pen, you've already pre-ordered it, you are still in the good. I mean, if you haven't yet, you are still good too. So head on over to the website. But we'll take a closer look at this and give you some more of the details, some of the stuff that you can't really capture by just looking at the pictures of it on the website. So without further ado, I'm switching the camera around. And Josh set up for me this really cool space this morning. I was like, I'd like to do a video, Josh. And he said, sure. I'm going to put together a nice little backdrop, some good lighting and everything, because that's the kind of stuff that we like to do here, is really show off what we've got and do a good job from the photography point of view. So make you feel like you're right here with us. Got a little cloth here, a little polishing cloth. All right, so I brought a few other retro pens for us to take a look at. I'm just trying to get like a focus here. And I said good photography, and then all of a sudden the focus goes out of whack. Let's see. Can we? Oh, there we go. All right, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so our latest collaboration with Retro 51. Oh, this went out of focus again. Come on. Maybe if I just get rid of these guys so it's not paying attention to that per se. Okay. There we go. So our latest collaboration was inspired by our Skyline series, of which there was the New York City Skyline, which had sold out really quickly back in January of this year. Actually, it was pre-sold in December and then shipped in January. This is the second stop on the trip around the world to the greatest cities that have awesome skylines, of which one of the most identifiable being Paris, with its Eiffel Tower being the iconic silhouette that actually is illegal. I believe it's illegal, if I'm not mistaken, Josh, to take a photograph of the Eiffel Tower at night lit up. Because I don't know. I've heard that before. If anybody can confirm or deny that, I've heard that somewhere. But we have all the other iconic landmarks of which Paris is known for. You have Notre Dame, you have the Arc de Triomphe, And apologies for the pronunciation on everything. I do not speak French, but the Louvre and Sacré-Cœur, I believe, Moulin Rouge, that I could pronounce. And then you have here a lovely little design, which the whimsicality that Retro 51 brings to the table is just outstanding. And I just, the little couple there with the umbrella, such a beautiful little touch. You know, it's a city that's known for romance, known for love. A little sailboat going through underneath the bridge here, some street lamps, and the sky, of course, is a nice dark blue, is speckled with some stars here. So uh, this pen, not only does it have a very nice design like you see here, but it also glows in the dark. So all of the areas that are white here turn into a phosphorescent glow when you go and put this in the dark. Um, let's see, maybe if I could generate some of the, no, I can't really do that. Yeah, so it has to be completely dark in order to really capture that phosphorescence and to be able to take a look at that. Another detail here we have is the French Bulldog, and it has got a little beret on there as well, which and then the French flag in the background. This is actually a little detail that came out of doing some research in that the Parisians love dogs, and apparently dogs are big in Paris to the point that the cafes are very accepting of them being in the cafe. So if you're, if you're walking around with your dog, they kind of they allow for dogs to be in like shops and cafes because they know that people love walking around with them. Of course, if you're going to pick a dog to put as a symbol for France, you're going to put a French Bulldog on there. So the ring right here, the top ring, is where the edition number would be engraved, and each one of them, of the 537, will have the edition number engraved right here where it says proof. This is just the artist's proof. This is the proof that we looked at and said, this is perfect. Let's go ahead and make these pens. So this is kind of like a prototype model of which is just a, one-off. And, this is what we use for our product photography and whatnot. But we've got everything else should be coming within the matter of about a week. So we'll be able to deliver on everybody's order that they've committed to purchase. So as I alluded to earlier, this is the sequel of earlier this year, the New York City Skyline, which I'm trying to get to focus here. So the New York City Skyline, it was an edition of 333 pieces and features such architecture such as the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building and Freedom Tower and the Liberty Statue of Liberty and the Brooklyn Bridge. So this was a really popular design that went so quickly, and now if you go looking on eBay in the after market department there, you'll be finding brand new ones in the tube sealed for $250, $300. And this one of course didn't start out as being that expensive, so when people were first buying them, it was a great investment, of course. So, but a lot of people use these because, they're great pens, and they write exceptionally well with either the gel, the rollerball type refill, or the Parker style type ballpoint refill that you could put in here too. So, this also too, this New York City Skyline also glows in the dark as well. And I also brought along, too, some of my other retros, which I use on a daily basis, which I have on my, either in my bag or pen cup at by the desk, anywhere that I would just need to grab a quick ballpoint pen. Usually I have a retro. This is our coffee, which wasn't a limited edition, but has now since sold out. We haven't made any plans to resurrect this because we could, since it's not a limited edition. It's just a regular edition, was not numbered, but we had kind of decided to, work with Retro, and they only have certain manufacturing capacities to churn out some of these pens, and we were so excited about the Skyline series that we really wanted them to focus on doing more of these as opposed to, using their capacity to, make more of the coffee pens. But if there's enough demand for coffee, hey, I'm more than willing to oblige for more coffee. These guys here are actually retailer exclusives that they give away these as gifts each year, and I think this was the last year with Santa Claus on it here, which is pretty cool because you have a whole bunch of different Santas. You have Happy Holidays on there. This was like gift wrap, so it's kind of like a gift wrapping, a metallic finish. This had the snowflake sort of finish where it kind of glitters and shimmers. This is kind of like half pearlescent, which is nice. But next in the works, we do have another in the Skyline edition that we're currently working on a draft of, and hope to have that by September of this year. And of course, like another one after that. We look to continue to make these as long as we have cities to make them of. So, so we have, and I'm not going to talk necessarily about what city we're going to, but, it'll be a surprise come down the line. But we'll be traveling around the world and picking out different cities to do this with, and it's a fun concept, and I think people really do enjoy it, which is a cool thing to see. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Be glad to answer. If you are interested in the Paris Skyline, definitely jump on that right now, because maybe in like a couple of days it will be gone. Done, just like New York City. Boom, done. So you need to make sure that if you are even considering this, even as a worthwhile investment, for the fact that once it does sell out, it will undoubtedly go up in value. I'm not saying maybe as much as the New York City Skyline, where it's like $250 a piece, because this is a higher edition. It's 537 pieces as opposed to 333. But hey, this will still probably fetch a good price like within about a year from now, when supplies are pretty scarce. So even if it's just an investment, I would suggest definitely picking one up. But this is a gorgeous pen, and it's great to write with. So if you'd like to see more videos like this with the product drops or little live videos that do a couple of quick explanations of different things related to pens, feel free to just please let me know, and also subscribe, because then you would get a notification every time that we do go live or that we do post a new video, so that you're the first person to go see it, and you'd be the first person to make some sort of weird comment or remark about our little details here about like lighting or the way that I talk or something like that. So, you could always make fun of us, and that would be fun too. So, so I, appreciate you guys tuning in. And I know it is like 4 o'clock on a weekday, so it's really not a lot of folks that would be hanging out with us, but that's okay, because you'll be able to view this anytime that you want to. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit, and stay inky, my friends. Take care.